Good morning, children. Today I am going to start the new lesson from history, chapter 4, Tribals, DIKUS, and Vision of a Golden Age. In previous class, our countryside, you have learned about the Britishers. They occupied the villages and started to collect the taxes, and they imposed the more taxes on the people, and also that they started to raise their power in a countryside, means in a village level also. So here today, even the British people started to occupy and to raise their power on the tribal people also. Here a small story. In 1895, a man, Birsa, was seen roaming the forest and village of Chota Nagpur in Jharkhand. So in the year 1895, the person Birsa, he was the person just roaming in the forest areas and living in the villages in the place of the Chota Nagpur, the state Jharkhand. People said he had miraculous power. He could cure all diseases and multiply grain. And the people were thinking Birsa was having the power and miraculous power, and he can multiply the grain also. So Birsa himself declared that God and appointed him to save his people from the trouble. So the Birsa was telling the people, God appointed me to save his people, and also that to feed his people and to save from the troubles, free them from slavery of DIKUS. DIKUS means outsiders, not belongs to in their group. The people, those who came from out, and they are raising the authority on the tribal people. Soon thousands began following Birsa, believing that he was Bhagavan, God. Bhagavan means God, and had come to solve all their problems. The tribal people, they were thinking about the Birsa, and he is the person who came to save from the troubles and protect from the problems, and they are thinking that he is the person, and they were looking, he was the God, Bhagavan. Birsa was born in a family of Mundas, a tribal group that lived in Chota Nagpur, but his followers included other tribals of the region. So the Birsa was living in the place of the Chota Nagpur, and also the tribals of the other region also. The tribal groups names are there, like a Santals and Warans. All of them different ways were unhappy with the changes they were experiencing, and and the problems they were facing under British rule. Their familiar ways of life seemed to be disappearing. Their livelihoods were under threat, and their religion appeared to be in danger. The tribal people, some of the groups like a Santals and Oragans, so many people are there, Santals and also the Oragans, and also the people of the different communities, different names are there. So all the tribal people started to face the problem. So how they face the problem, who gave problems to them, and also they are thinking they are going to be face the more problems, so their religion also in danger. So here it is a question, what problems did Birsa set out to resolve, and also that who were the outsiders being referred to as DIKUS. So they were thinking the question, what is the question here, who are the people called the DIKUS, who are the outsiders, and how did they enslave the people of the region, how they enslaved, and what was happening to the tribal people under the British, How did their lives change? These are some of the questions you will read about in this chapter. So, why the tribal people praising Birsa was their god, and also the who are the persons gave problems to them, the dikus means the people those who came outside and occupy the power, and how did they change their lifestyle also, what are the problems faced by the tribal people. Let us learn in this paragraph. You have read about the societies last year. Most tribes had customs and rituals that were very different from those laid down by the Brahmins. So, in 7th class, you have learned about the some of the societies to whom you have learned about the Ahoms and Gonds also. You have learned they are the tribal community people living in the different ways, and how they developed, how they started to rule their place only we have learned in the 7th class. They are different from the other general community groups also. These societies also did not have the sharp social divisions that were characteristics of caste societies. So these societies they don't have the sharp divisions and were characteristics of caste and society. All those who belongs to the same tribe brought up themselves as sharing common ties of kingship. So the people, those who are living as a community, they think that they are the common ties of the kingship. However, this did not mean that there were no social and economic differences within the tribes also. So here we can see that the tribal people, how did tribal groups live? And here we can see the question. Introduction part, what we have learned about the Birsa, and also the in which year and how they are praising to them. And there is a question mark, how the tribal people faced the problem under the Britishers. So let us read about how did tribal groups live. And by the 19th century, tribal people, different parts of India were involved in a variety of the activities. So tribal people also started to increase what how we have learned in a 7th class homes and Gonds, how they developed. Here the communities of the tribal groups also started to live and started to develop their activities and mixing with the society. So let us learn about the somewhere Jum cultivators about the tribal people in tomorrow's class. Thank you.